Yo guys, what's going on? Tony here, coming at you with another For Honor video. This video is going to be a little different than the standard gameplay. We're actually going to do my first initial reaction and thoughts on the Kensei Rework changes. So I literally have not been able to see the Warriors Den. I was actually not at my house when it was going on, so I didn't get a chance to react to it, but I promised I would make a video and react to the changes for Kensei, give my thoughts on them and what I think of the overall playstyle and how it will change with it. So I went into the VOD for the Warriors Den and I skipped to the point right before they start talking about Kensei, what they're doing. Some points I'm going to listen to, and then I'm going to pause after they say something significant and kind of discuss about it and think what it will give to the character after it, and hopefully everything's great, because I've been literally waiting for this for a long time. I was literally just watching before and they said Kensei was almost down at Highlander tier for his effectiveness and win rate and stuff, so God, okay, hopefully this is good. I'm actually super hyped, so without further ado, let's play the video.
Kensei?
Let's start with Kensei.
All right, let's do it.
So Damien can be happy.
Yes,
okay.
Damien needs this.
Okay, Kensei, a couple of problems. Let's start with the top-heavy finisher.
Hold on, we're not on the Kensei feed yet.
They weren't on the Kensei
let's not miss
feed
any
yet.
of the good stuff. If
All right, well, I'll just tell you about the problems then.
Sure.
Okay.
There we go.
Here we
Kensei's
go.
top-heavy finisher, the side cancels used to happen
Okay.
at an early timing, so the opponent had much more time to decide, hey, it's a side cancel, and deal with it. So we've switched up the animation.
That's
as you saw
interesting.
there. And the purpose of that is then we can do nicer blends to the cancels of side light, side heavy, dodge, guard break.
So what I'm seeing from this, I'm pausing, what we saw the week before in the little teaser that they get for the Kensei is that is the new unblockable flip animation. It wasn't actually a feint. It was actually the new animation, and because the first animation used to be, you know, like that jump flip, and they would hit him over the head, it looks like that they're changing the animation to where it almost does like a little bit of a side twist, so that you're able to mask soft feints a little bit better based on it, which I think is actually a pretty good idea, because it is relatively easy for people to recognize soft feints with Kensei. So from this, it looks like it's a little bit easier to mask it, but I just want to keep watching, see what we go from there.
The other improvement you will notice there is that the side light, all light finishers got super armor.
Okay, light finishers have super armor. Okay,
Yep, there you saw it.
I can dig it.
The other part of why it wasn't working so well
Interesting.
is like, say you do a swift strike and then top heavy finisher. The opponent used to be able to stuff that with a light. Now, swift strike and the second machine cause heavy reactions, and this means that the opponent doesn't have time to stuff you with a 500 light.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty good.
Depending on how they execute.
Well, I mean, Alex.
I just saw that. Depending how they can't stuff you with lights, but they can stuff you with lights. I remember that used to be a thing with like Warden and like PK, when you were literally in the unblockable animation. If you hadn't like immediately gone into like a soft feint finisher, like with the heavy, you could get light attacked out of it from like a top light from a Warden or like a light from a PK. They said that you can't, but from right there, it looks like maybe that was just a good prediction, but hopefully that doesn't happen still. It doesn't happen as frequently, but it's still kind of a little bit annoying to deal with.
Alex is, what are you at right now? 2-1 as a Blackstone?
But I do like that. It seems like you can go a lot later with the unblockable finisher, actually. So I like that. It looks like the feint can come in a little bit later.
Here is top heavy finish. Oh, before spoiler. Okay, we'll go straight to Pummel Strike. Pummel Strike.
I saw it.
Is a cancel from your top heavy. So you do
I saw it.
X. That's the only way to access it.
Oh my god. It's so nice.
It guarantees
it's fucking
the
beautiful.
light in the chain,
Holy shit, it looks so
you can
nice.
your finisher from there.
I'm gonna
so
cry.
That's what we think Kensei needs to open up turtles.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
We also think it's interesting because it kind of feels like
so
Kensei is going to be Kensei.
Let's pause for a second. If you guys can see my mouse on the screen, it looks like it took about close to a quarter of his stand, maybe a little bit less, to do that actual move. So it's a top heavy, and then you actually can go into this pommel strike, it looks like. And from the pommel strike, you're actually to keep the chain going, which, hallelujah, this is what I wanted. I literally said, give us a pommel strike opener, something with that, where they hit him with the hilt of the weapon, and then we're able to go in from that, because it's you know, one thing you just hit them in the face with it and then you're just like, okay, what do I do now? But to be able to continue a chain and have that work as like a chain opener or something is extremely nice. And I'm wondering to see if you like, you know, maybe like you throw a top heavy out and then do another top heavy, but then you do the pommel strike and then you can go into a bunch of different mix-ups. That makes me so happy. By far the best thing I've seen so far, and we're only like a minute and a half in, but this is looking nice, guys. This is looking nice.
The top heavy stuff. The last thing I wanted to show you on the top heavy finisher is the other problem it had was that he could roll away from the second hit, and it didn't matter what the cancel was. We gave Kensei a new move because we liked the top animation so much.
Nice.
That's called Nature's Wrath, and it's a dodge forward heavy.
What?
You can reach it from neutral, you can reach it from your top heavy cancel.
Yo!
And when it hits, it chases down rollers really well.
Oh shit!
And of course,
yo, that looks dirty. Okay, so they kept the animation from the old unblockable, but then used it for a different move. So I'm assuming it's gonna be the same way as like you can dash light, except now they said you can dash heavy. So I'm assuming it's just gonna be a simple dash cancel input. So you go into the unblockable, and then you can just dash heavy forward and then flip for people who go out. That happens a lot, actually. People try to dodge away from the unblockable like that, roll away. I wonder how the tracking is on it, if people who just, you know, side dodge, because that happens frequently with the unblockable too. But man, that looked sick. Just the overall flow of that looked insane, and I'm really digging that. So far, I'm really impressed.
So you could go into the top heavy finisher afterwards. So yes, and the awesome animation survives with form. So that's pretty cool.
Oh my! So you can start with it and then go into it. Okay. Sorry for pausing it again. So it looks like you can do that top heavy, and then it immediately goes into a chain finisher where you can do that flip top heavy again, which is dirty. So another thing to know.
The idea of that, since we like the idea of pommel strike being the cancel on the top heavy, we then decided why not go whole hog with this. So top heavy can now cancel to side heavy, side light.
Ooh.
It can cancel dodge. And why not have the second top heavy cancel to second side light and second side heavy and dodge and guard break. Sounds amazing.
Yes.
Kensei can do anything now from top
What are we
heavies.
looking at? Okay. So I might need to go back, but what I think I just saw there is that normal top heavies can soft feint into other heavies and lights, and I think he said the second heavy can also do that. So I'm not 100% sure if I got that correctly when watching it, but that looks like you can just, everything is revolved around feinting out of the top. So you can, I don't know if it's both sides either, so the top heavy can get feinted into a side heavy or a side light, but he also said the second heavy, so I don't know if he means the second heavy in the chain, or if he's just talking about like the unblockable and it only takes 2 attacks to get to the unblockable now. I'll have to honestly see the moveset when it drops and then experiment some stuff with it. But that is a very interesting tactic, and it's definitely good because the Kensei attacks are super freaking slow, and being able to at least soft feint it to possibly mix up your opponent is insane. They're adding more mix-ups to the mix-up god already, which I'm loving.
Amazing.
So I think we just saw the chain there.
Well, we didn't because we cut away, unfortunately.
Did we? Okay. One more crazy...
we're still not on the game feed. There we go.
Okay, one more top heavy, side light, top heavy, side light.
Let's see. Side light.
Oh,
okay.
So good.
Okay.
Okay, let's... It's scary.
Well, let's jump over to Berserker now because we are
Gotcha.
running out of time.
Running out of time? Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Was there anything else, any final Kensei you needed to show?
I think Alex is trying to show it off real quick without me talking. Throw his own attack out there if you could.
If people watching want to see like every single detail, we have our patch notes live now. It's forhonorgame.com/patch notes. You can see every single change that's been done to all of these characters. Their
Nice
damage,
camera work.
their timings, all that.
Nice camera work.
But yes, let's switch over to Berserker now.
Okay.
If people,
I think...
Since we like the idea of pommel strike,
I know,
maybe side light.
I'm assuming I didn't see it, but what I think
so
is
good.
going on is that you might be able to deflect.
Let's jump over to Berserker now because we are running out of time.
I know it's...
Okay, sure.
Was
right
there anything
there.
else, any final Kensei you needed to show?
That looks
Alex
like normal deflects.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like Kensei is going to be able to superior block in all directions, but I didn't know if you had to have your guard in it. Let me see if he had his guard in the top or not. or if he had the guard on the sides. I just gotta skip ahead. I know this is like super hard for me to see, but I'm just gonna replaying this again. This combo looks nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Although it will be somewhat easy still to kind of like parry it for good players.
Now because we are running out of time.
Okay, so
sure.
Was there anything else in the final Kensei you needed to show?
I think Alex is trying to show it off.
He did have the.
Right
it looks like the guard changed when he actually inputted the dash. So maybe it's working the same way as a normal deflect. I'm not sure if that's getting changed, but if he said the patch stuff are live at forhonorgame.com. So forhonorgame.com. Let's see if this. Let's look at these patch notes real quick. Okay. So this is going to be the patch going live. Okay. So okay, 1941 when the World War II started. That's when I was born. Okay. So we're looking at Kensei. This is. Holy crap. Alright, let's go over this real quick, guys. This is going to be a long video, but let's see. Okay, top heavy finisher cancel. Cancels to side attacks. Now happen 200 milliseconds later. Okay, so you can have an extra 0.2 of a second to cancel it. All light finishers now have uninterruptible stance. Cancel to dodge now only happens at the same time as the side cancels in faint timing. Okay, so it's like later. You can't like super quickly dash. Can now be canceled into guard break. Oh, okay, so you can literally just, instead of hitting the feint button to guard break, I think you can literally just hit guard break and it's a soft feint. New animation, okay. Let's see. The light finishers, before the dodge is really important because there's a lot of attacks that could easily guess the Kensei's mix-ups when we made a change to the dodge, so time is no longer available. Time machine good enough to use the forward dodge to catch opponents who are rolling away. Okay, so I guess that's the new move that was going in. Okay, so let's see. All three top heavies in the chain can now be side canceled. Okay, so that confirms it. First top heavy can be canceled into side attacks, dodge, and the pommel strike. Second heavy can be canceled into side attacks, dodge, and guard break. Okay. So the second attack can be guard broken, but the first attack can be pommel striked. Gotcha. Alright, so first top heavy strike is now... Okay, it's a little bit slower to do now. I understand because of the soft feints. That's a little bit of an increase. Now it's taking a full second to get a top heavy, which is pretty long. So first side light, 500. Second light when canceled from time is 500 milliseconds. Third light. Strikes are now 500 milliseconds, and so supplies cancel versions. Okay. Recovery of a light attack. Switch the input of it to blah, 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 blah. Dodge cancel. Now perform Kensei as stamina. Only performed when Kensei as stamina. Gotcha. All right. First side lights are 12 damage. That's a pretty big hit. Second side are 16. That's a pretty big hit. Third side lights are 20 from 25. So definitely light attacks have gotten a very big nerf to damage. That's literally almost half damage right there. That's about a quarter less damage, and this one is again about a fifth less damage than what it did before. Now it looks like they're trying to focus on the heavies because heavies weren't really an option, so it looks like they added 10 damage to the top heavy, and the second top heavy does even more damage, does 40 and used to be 20, which is ridiculous. Okay, I like to see that. That's nice. So first top heavy can be canceled to unblockable pommel strike. Okay, so but it has to be going out of the heavy. So you have to input the heavy, it looks like, to actually do the pommel strike first. So we've got new chains now. So before it used to be light, heavy. I think it was heavy. And I don't know if there was light, heavy. Or heavy, light. Okay, whatever. So now we can do heavy, light. Gotcha. Heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light. Okay, so adding 4 new chains. Very, very good for mix-ups. I'm liking that so far. So they still have the 3-hit chain concept. Okay, and then we still have uninterruptible stance on the last light, and it looks like we're getting more speed on those, so that's going to be good. But it is going to be less damage, so I'm curious to see if they're going to be changing the stamina pool of Kensei. Let's see. Heavy hit block reactions. First top heavy now causes heavy hit block reaction. Was medium. The second heavy in the chain from any direction now causes heavy hit / block reaction was medium. That means the opponent will spend more time in, for example, if you hit him with the second heavy and go to the top energy. Right, okay, gotcha. So they're adding more of like a stagger, I guess would be the best way to put this. There's more of a stagger when someone blocks your heavies. Gotcha. Swift Strike. Okay, this is a more reaction when it's blocked. Swift Strike is now performed with the heavy input button. Swift Strike is now considered a heavy attack. Oh my god. That is so much better. I know you guys are seeing like allows executions cost more stamina, but it's only susceptible to the heavy parry now. Where before, let's say I freaking do a Swift Strike, Centurion parries me, oh, half my health. Warden, top heavy. Now that they consider it a heavy, that's a very good thing because you won't feel as shitty when it goes away because heavy, the parry changes coming through. Looks like people would just be getting a light attack off, which is definitely not as bad as getting a top heavy or getting heavy jabbed and pinned to the ground, so that's actually a really good change. Helm Splitter is now considered a light attack again and is interrupted when blocked. Okay. So, I gotta read this. Okay, so you cannot go from Helm Splitter into the unblockable, it seems, because it's interrupted, but maybe if it doesn't get blocked, you can still go into it. Not exactly sure with that, but okay. I mean, I didn't really use it that much anyways, except if I was already in the middle of a chain, I would dash cancel to the Helm Splitter, which I don't know if that is still possible, but I guess you can't really continue to go through it because it's interrupted on block now, so that kind of makes this attack useless, to be honest. But now we have this new move, the Nature's Wrath, as they discussed. It's got the old image. Strike is 800 milliseconds. Strike does 20 damage. Okay, I need to know the actual side heavy damage, just like normal side heavy damage, because if the parry changes are going in, they said that everything will be up to 900 milliseconds from a light parry. So if you could just do this attack, and I don't know if you can go, I think you can go into the unblockable from this. So if you could just do this dodge forward heavy off of a light parry, and then you could continue your mix-up, that could be pretty decent. Forward dodge's superior block phase now starts 100 milliseconds to the end of the dodge, and now is always in the top stance. Okay. Is always in the right stance. At the end of your dodge, you keep the stance you were forced into by the dodge. So is this saying that it's like a more traditional deflect? I'm not exactly sure. Looking through, can perform dodge attacks after superior blocking, right? Give me launch starting at 100 milliseconds. Okay, so if you, wow, that's really quick. So the Helm Splitter comes through a lot more from superior block. Grasping counts can now only be launched at 100 milliseconds. Okay, so you have to do it a little bit later. Zone attack. I'm gonna read this now because they didn't show it. Zone attack has been reworked into a 3-strike attack. The first strike is 500 milliseconds from left stance, hitting your locked target, and then flows into a similar version of the old attack for the second and third strikes. No uninterruptible stance. All strikes now have increased knockback when in revenge. So is it just like an added attack to another spin? So is it almost like you hit from the left on the first one, spin, hit again, and then again? Is it like a 720 or something? I'm not exactly if they're making it much faster now to do, and I don't know if you can cancel after it, which it doesn't say if you can actually feint out of it. The first strike does 20 damage, so that is pretty quick. I guess that's cancelable if I'm reading this correctly. Rushing sweep, removed the bump after the swift strike. After the strike. I don't know what that means, but based on everything we've read here, this has gotten to a 20-minute video. I'm sorry, but these are changes to my freaking main character that I've played for almost a year now, so I'm really happy to see this. It sounds really, really fun. Let's hope that the other characters are also put on the same level to where they can perform just as well and everybody gets their own options. I feel like it should be every character is super viable, but you can play them in different ways, you know, based on your strengths and weaknesses to make them better to your own play style. I think that you know, almost like in Monster Hunter where every weapon is viable. I feel like every character should be viable in this game. So that's really cool to see. I'm really liking the cancel into the pommel strike, and now all heavies being canceled into side heavy, side lights. Hopefully it's not too slow when people parry the crap out of them still. We'll see what it has to do with some of the heavy knockback stuff. Will be decent because you can continue to go into your chains, so that looks nice. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the Kensei Rework. I'm just going to have to play with it, see what I can do with it, come up with more mix-ups. I'll have a guide out when it comes out because I'm going to be putting a lot of time into it, and hopefully everything's going to be nice with Kensei because these new animations look sick, new moves look sick. I'm glad that they finally are giving the characters that have been lacking for a little bit a nice change, and finally, you know, allowing them to be more successful out in all aspects of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I rambled on a bit. I just wanted to give my initial thoughts and reactions. This is literally the first time I've watched it, and I can say I am really happy. I'm super happy for Season 5 now, for the content to launch. I honestly don't know what to say. It's been a long time coming. We'll just say that. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad. I know they always listen, but I'm glad to finally see them actually put it into the game. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, my name is Tony. I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great day.